Hey guys, it's me Soda here, welcome back to another video. So as you can probably tell from the title, this isn't exactly a positive video and I wish it was clickbait, but it's not. And I'm gonna explain the whole thing in this video. Yeah, it is true. I have to get rid of all my fish tanks, which includes my goldfish, my turtle, my axolotls, and I did briefly talk about it on Instagram and a lot of people were very confused about it, so I'm gonna kind of explain it. So you guys know we just moved to this house a couple months ago, and you may also know if you've been following me for a while how difficult it was for us to find a house. We've been trying to find a house to live for a couple of years. Me and my fiance and my sister, we all lived together. We lived in my parents' house, but we obviously wanted to move out because we didn't have much space at all three of us and my parents in one house. We applied for so many houses and it was very difficult to find a house. We tried to buy a house actually buy our own house for a long time, but the house prices keep getting higher, and in the end you need like $150,000 deposit for a house in New Zealand, so we don't have that kind of money, obviously. So we scrapped that idea and decided to rent, which again still took us ages, but eventually we finally found this place that allowed our pets, because obviously we have a lot of pets. That was also another problem. We found this place, they were fine with my dog, they were fine with my sister's cat, they were fine with my birds, but what I didn't know is that they wouldn't be fine with my aquatic animals. Basically we had our first inspection and that all went fine. I thought it went really well, but then we got an email a couple weeks later saying that the owners of the house want us to remove the fish tanks by the end of the month. They didn't say why really, they just said that they are not approved and we can't have them, so they need to be removed. We asked them like, oh, can we get them approved, like put them on the lease or something, like, you know, but they didn't seem interested in that at all and just said that they need to be removed by the end of the month. So that was a big surprise to me because I never have heard of fish tanks being a problem before. Before we moved here, I like talked to so many other people that had fish tanks that rent, you know, and went on all these fish groups asking people like what if it's ever a problem, and basically everyone said that the same thing, that people don't usually count fish or other animals that are in tanks as like pets that need to be approved. And also my fiance, he grew up renting like with his family and stuff, and he had heaps of fish. He had way more fish than we had now. He used to breed fish in his old house and that was never an issue, so we just thought it would be fine. Maybe this is my own fault because I just assumed that it wouldn't be an issue. I understand like why people can be concerned about fish tanks, maybe potentially like breaking or leaking or something like that. I do get that, but it's like, obviously if that happened we would pay for the damage, you know what I mean? I've never had fish tanks cause any damage before, but if they did somehow, we would cover that, you know? So yeah, I can definitely understand the concern, but yeah, I didn't expect it to just be like, you know, no questions, they need to be gone, you know? I definitely didn't expect that. I had no idea that they needed to be approved, you know? I'd never heard of that before, and everyone else I talked to had never heard of that before, but I guess it just depends on, you know, the landlord or the owners of the house. It just depends. But yeah, there's nothing really we can do about it, because I know some people said that we should move, we should, you know, find a new house to live, which it's not really that easy. It took us so long to find this house, and this house is just so perfect, but not really anymore. The fact that this house accepted most of my pets was a miracle, but I guess it was too good to be true because they don't like fish. Funnily enough, I did have a lot of nightmares about this happening, about having to get rid of like all my animals. I guess it did kind of come true because I have to get rid of my aquatic animals, but thankfully not my other animals. So I have already put plans in place for the animals. It's been a few days since we found out about this, and it's been really hard few days because I need to try and get this done as soon as possible before they come and check and make sure the tanks are all gone. Now, a good thing is I do live really close to my parents, which is another reason why I don't want to move house, is because we are literally across the road from my parents' house, but there's not really much room for my tanks there, and then I would have to go to my parents' house every day to feed them. Basically, I had to make some choices to rehome some of my animals. Not my axolotls, keeping my axolotls. I actually already have them set up at my parents' garage, and actually even I transferred them into a big tank so they can be together, Toothless and Petunia. I was going to make a video on it, but I was so stressed that I didn't in the end, because it would probably just be a bit depressing. But they are fine, they are happy, they are healthy. Now Pip is my turtle, my red-headed slater turtle, who I've had for a few years now. Now I was really excited about moving because I thought I would finally be able to get a bigger tank for Pip, because she's been growing a lot and she's going to continue growing, and she's starting to get a bit big for her tank and a bit big for her basking area. So I was looking forward to upgrading her tank in this new house. Thankfully, I didn't do that yet. I was so close to buying her a new tank. I'm so glad I didn't, because I can't have her in the house anymore. And I'm smiling because I am stressed. So after a lot of thinking, I decided that it's probably best for her to rehome her. I was considering moving her to my parents' house as well, but I would still need to get a bigger tank. I don't know where that would go in my parents' house. They don't really have the space, and I don't want to take up their space. They finally have the house themselves, you know what I mean? I don't want to take up all their space. And then she wouldn't get any interaction. Like, she's a very social turtle, and I just think it wouldn't be good for her just to be in a room alone until I come over and feed her, you know, every day. It doesn't sound like a good way to live, you know what I mean? And also, like, I considered maybe just transferring her to my parents' house and then finding a new place to live, but I don't want to go through that again, to be honest, and put my fiance and my sister through moving house again, even though we just moved finally for the first time after working so hard for it. I decided it's probably best to rehome her, and I thankfully found a really awesome turtle rescue to rehome her to. There's actually a turtle rescue that's local to me who I've been following for years, who I've been talking to on Facebook, and they are happy to house her. They even have a pond she can go in once she's big enough, and also they will upgrade her tank. I am going to give them all of her stuff. I think she's going to be in that tank for a bit longer, and then they're going to upgrade her, I think is what's going on, and then during summer she can go in their pond and stuff. So even though I'm going to be really sad and going to miss her a lot, I think she's going to be really happy there, and it's probably, you know, what's best for her. Even if I didn't have to get rid of all my aquatic animals, being able to live in a pond is what I always wanted for her, and I always hoped we would own our own house to be able to make a pond or something at some point, but that's probably not going to happen anytime soon with the cost of living crisis. So I think this is what's best for her, and I think she's going to be a lot happier there. This turtle rescue I have so much trust in. Like I said, I have known about them for years. I've been following them and seeing what they do. And the lady who runs it is amazing. So yeah, I've already organized that. That's going to be happening next week, I think. To go to the turtle rescue person's house. So that's going to be very hard, but it's what's best for her, honestly. Now my goldfish, you guys know I had a goldfish tank that was here. I found someone with a good tank who sent me pictures of their tank and stuff, and was looking for some fishies for it. Kind of lined up perfectly, actually. This person was very lovely and said that they would take good care and they'll be well loved at our house, so I'm happy about that. Well, I was very sad about it when I was doing it, but once I met the person who took in my fish, helped me, you know, not be too stressed about it. So yeah, that's what my few days have been like. It's been very stressful and upsetting, but not much I can do about it, and I'm grateful that I at least have my other animals here without any problems, but it was pretty surprising to me, you know. But yeah, I know some people have to get rid of all their pets when they move, which would just be awful. I would just probably live at my parents' house forever if I couldn't take my dog and my parrots with me and stuff. But thankfully, I think my terrariums are fine, my frogs and my newts, I think are fine. I didn't see anything about them. So, I don't know. Maybe it's just because fish tanks are heavy and could potentially leak. But yeah, I've never had that happen before, personally. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I don't even really want to post this video because I feel like there's going to be people telling me that I should just move house because, you know, it's just that easy to move house. I mean, if you want to, like, pay for me to, like, buy a house, you know, that'll be cool. I don't even know what this means for my videos and stuff, to be honest. Making videos is something I always want to do because I love doing it, but it's just been really hard lately because I have another job now too, so I work 2 jobs, including YouTube, and I don't know what, like, videos to make, honestly. Like, that's the worst thing, is coming up with video ideas. I can't do it anymore, I don't know why. So yeah, sorry if this video was sad. I do have another channel about toys, if you want to see that. It's in the description. But yeah, thanks for watching my channel. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.